Hey, another sleepless night and another restless thought all night kept me up. And as I'm drifting off to sleep tonight, it reoccurred to me I don't have a solution. It's a simple one. It's nothing I can solve. It's nothing that needs solving. It's history. 200, 250 years ago, or more so. I have I have some thoughts about how one if by land, two if by sea is the best way to do that. I'm just considering it from a logistical standpoint of being on the ground and looking up at the old North Church. I guess was it the new North Church back then? I don't know. And seeing the light. Is there a foolproof way that they had the two lanterns because they came up the Charles River, right? So they put up two lanterns, and that's how they knew they were coming. But what if? I mean, it's in the church steeple. The church steeple has four posts, right? You got the opening hole where the bell is and all that stuff. But what if you put the lanterns here, but I'm looking at it from this angle, and now I only see a light. I only see the one light because I'm looking at them this at the same in parallel. One hides the other. Do I now think I've got the wrong information? It would be better to have no information than to have the wrong information in this situation, wouldn't it? It'd be better to not know. But if I go telling everybody they're coming by land, and they're actually coming by sea, I've done more harm than not doing anything at all. What if you hung the lanterns, in the center? Well, you still have the problem of what angle are you looking at it from? What if you're looking at it from down below and the one of the beams of the the building gets in the way? I don't know if I have a better solution. I've hang a red sash but now it's nighttime and nobody can see whether it's red or green or blue or a black or a white. Who cares? So, I don't have a solution, but I'm like, I think you could do wrong. You could screw that up and make it worse. It's, I know, I've read, I've known, I know it's one of those things where you know just enough to be dangerous. I love history. I like history. I know about the Culper Ring and how, there was a woman in that would hang out her feminine clothing, her her bits, and of course the British gentlemen would they would turn away. They wouldn't stare at this woman's laundry hanging on the line. The number and color and positioning of her stuff hanging on the line was a sign to the spies of what. There's got to be a better way to do one if by land, two if by sea. Something, I mean, even something as simple as hanging your bloomers on a washing line. I don't know. How do you see it at day or night? I don't know. I mean, a green light, a blue light, you know, a, they had ways to make colored light back then. They got stained glass. You could just put it in front of the. I don't know. Just seems like there was room for error. And I know it's a poem. I know, but just the idea of like something could go wrong there. I think you could do better. I don't know how. I'm just pretty sure I don't know. This is the stuff that keeps me from getting a full night's rest. I toss and turn all night thinking about silly things from far in the past that have no bearing at all on my day to day. Solving problems that don't need to be solved. That's me. Good night.